I am so delighted to have Pat Kinevane here joining us on a pre-recorded interview for our launch event 2022. And of course, a lot of you on this call might know Pat and might know his work, and especially Fishamble's work with Pat, which has been going on for now probably over a decade at this stage. So it's a really long-lasting creative partnership. We've produced 4 shows with Pat so far, kind of all solo shows, which have been loved and lauded by audiences all over the world. And we're delighted that Pat will be back touring again, both digitally and in person this year, and also potentially with some new work coming this year. So we're absolutely delighted to have you with us, Pat.
Thank you so much, Freya. It's great to be with you, and thanks for organising this. I apologise that I cannot be at the launch. I'm gutted because I'd love to see everybody and everything, but my godchild is getting married, so I'm going to a wedding. So I'm probably there now, really, because this is pre-record. Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations, Pat, and I hope you have a great time at the wedding. That'll be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm going to go mad. And it's the first time, really. Well, it's like going to the theatres. We're just going back to normal. So this is my first kind of family event, and next week I'll be going to Ennis, and that's going to be just going back to normal, just playing to people with no mass or whatever, and just getting back to what we do, just working and entertaining, yeah?
Yeah, and we're absolutely delighted for that, Pat, as well. And I know we kind of had a taste of it last year because we did a lot of digital touring with your work last year, but also got to do some live shows, which is great. And I know one of the big shows last year we had was obviously when we went to Aragall Festival with Before, and that was a really special show because it was the bilingual production. And I just wanted to ask, how was that of working in kind of 2 languages and working with the Irish language? And, is it something you would be interested in doing again, or what was that experience like for you?
Oh yeah, thanks, Freya. In a heartbeat, I'd do it again. It was a bit of a challenge because my Irish is good, but I'm not fluent. But I'd be confident speaking it, but I need to be given a kick in the arse. Do you know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened to me. Oma Gillespie did a beautiful translation for us. And Jim was all on for it, thank God. And Erigall Paul and all the gang there were amazing. So I had done a lot of rehearsal of sections of it. I didn't do the whole thing, Freya, but I did particular sections that I thought were poignant. Oscailga, and we did it in Glór. We recorded it there. Jim came up and was there all the time, just directing all the time. It was great to have him there. And yeah, it was, Tíre helped me brilliantly as well with my Irish, just to kind of give me confidence in it, because I suppose a lot of the time, I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me on this, it's got to do with just taking that leap and just believing that you are just as worthy to be speaking Irish as anybody else. So it was a challenge, but we did it, and it was quite an achievement for Fishamble and for myself. But it was a very humbling experience, and I do it again in a heartbeat. Yeah, we're going to Paris in a month's time to the cultural centre there, Irish Cultural Centre, and I'm in the process of learning some of Before of Français at the moment.
Wow.
So,
okay. Excellent.
So it's a bit of a challenge, but do you know what? I don't care anymore because it's post all this virus thing, and it's kind of take a chance and go mad and do mad things. Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, absolutely. And that's so great. I'd say it brings totally new, I suppose, new perspectives to the work whenever you're exploring it kind of through other languages. Translation is always something that's really been of very interest to me. I'm not very good at languages myself, but because you kind of have to find, I suppose, the nuance in each language of kind of exploring how exactly you get it to translate in the best way, and kind of find new ways to connect. And that must be really exciting. You must be really looking forward to kind of connecting with Parisian audiences and also with kind of Irish diaspora in Paris. So I'd say that'll be a really, really great performance, and great in the other language as well.
You're right about the diaspora, because they're amazing out there, and they really come and support and bring people to the Centre Culturel. And this is our 4th time going. Well, Fishamble have been there loads of times, but it's my 4th time going there with my work in Fishamble. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a celebration, and I've always been so humbly proud of the RT Concert Orchestra are on the soundtrack for before, so it'll be beautiful to have the orchestra there in the room, albeit recorded. It's going to sound amazing there. So it's not going to be just me. It's going to be all the other actors that are voiceovers on it, Clelia Murphy and my son. But also there's going to be the orchestra. I mean, that's an extraordinary delivery of Irish goods, really, to Paris. I'm really delighted about it. And I want to thank Fishamble from the bottom of my heart for getting me out there again. Ooh la la, oh la la.
Thank you. I know, I'm so jealous. God, that's going to be an absolutely great performance, Pat. So can't wait to kind of hear all about that and maybe even see some. But no, that's going to be really, really exciting and a very special performance. And I suppose the other special performance you have coming up this year is hopefully we're going to get to see some of your new work. Can you tell us anything about the new show or give us a sense of what that might be about?
I certainly can. We have, as you say, we have the dates. We've got Paris, we've got Ennis and Clare, we've got Siamsa, Tíre, we've got Galway coming up, we've got Rush. And in between all of those, the amazing Jim Cullerton is rehearsing all sorts of work. But I work with Jim around everything else, so we can very kind of conveniently slot ourselves in. I ring Jim and go, have you got a day here next week or a day the following week? And we're now starting to rehearse our fifth collaboration, which is called King. And I've been working a long time on it, and Jim by my side, and we'll be rehearsing right through the year. I let Jim talk about it, to be honest with you. I'm afraid in case I say anything that will get me excommunicated from the launch. So
of course, well, we'll leave it at that level of mystique anyway. I think if anything, that's even more exciting, Pat, that we just know.
Really looking forward to it, Freya. Like, so looking forward to working with you and everybody else on it. So that it's another journey. It's an entirely different piece, but there is, I suppose, a theme in it of isolation in it, of a man who is really kind of terrified of the outside world, and this was in writing well before all of this virus thing happened. I hate even mentioning that word, but it's all about somebody being, I suppose, almost afraid of the world and afraid of being close to other people, and afraid of being outside, and probably traumatized from different things that happened to him in his past. But he's fighting hard. He's fighting hard. He's a fighter, and he's coming out against the world, and he's fighting to get out there again and to make his life worthwhile, and I suppose to find that king in him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. And I'm
we
sure
all have to find, we all have to find that at the moment. We have to find that. We have to understand, I suppose, that it's our birthright to be happy. It's our birthright to be free and to be happy and to be together and to laugh with each other and to love each other. So yeah, it's quite spooky how it happened with this, but it's happening. So I'm so grateful, Freya.
Yeah, God, I'm so excited, and it sounds so beautiful and beautifully put by yourself as always, Pat. But I think that'll be a really interesting one for us all to hopefully see at some stage later this year. And I think a lot of people will resonate with a lot of those things that you said there, of getting back out and kind of getting over fear and, choosing to kind of take charge of our own happiness again, I think is really, really important. So absolutely delighted.
That's a great way, Freya, of putting it, actually, taking charge of our own happiness and, and going out to the theatre and going out to the cinema and all those things that we love, but we got a little bit edgy about, but it's time to celebrate now. It really is.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And I hope you have great celebrating this weekend. But Pat, thank you so much for joining us. That was so great to hear about some of the upcoming work. And I'm sure I speak for all of us here when we say we cannot wait to see some of the work this year. So thank you so much.
Please forgive me for not being there, but I'm sending my love to everybody, okay? And have a great launch. And Freya, thank you so much, girl. All right?
Thank you so much, Pat. Thank you. Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Have a great time. Woohoo! Go to the wet. Woo!